Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So, the devs last night did the probably single greatest change they have ever done to one of the current raids with the Scarlet Enclave, and they decided to listen to the community and something I personally have been advocating for almost 2 weeks now, and they increased the enraged timers. So without further ado, we're going to go over to this blue post and see exactly what they changed. So it says, with hot fixes that are now live on all Season of Discovery realms, we have made the following adjustments. Scarlet Enclave. The Berserk timers for all bosses except Calderon have been increased to 10 minutes. This is absolutely amazing. I have been advocating this for so long. I think this is a great change for a plethora of reasons, but most importantly, it allows guilds to overcome fights in the challenge that is the Scarlet Enclave by having, without having to recruit a ton of people, without having to make a bunch of exceptions. You can simply learn the fight, progress through it, and be good enough to kill it. I didn't even come close to any of these enraged timers. We went down to 25 last night, and we killed the council with 3 minutes remaining, so we would have been 1 minute over with the previous council fight, and we had quite a few deaths on it, so it was still manageable, still doable. It does not require perfection, and I think council is the biggest one that people were just simply hitting the enraged timers on, so it's just really really great to see, and I really truly believe that everyone can kill these bosses. Like, if you cannot kill them now, it is a simple skill issue, and you need to prepare better, and you need to get better at the game to kill it. Those are the this is the best of both worlds, and that is why I've been advocating for this change. It maintains the raid difficulty, so it isn't just a walkover loot simulator, as well as it allows the more casual people, the people who might not have world-class DPS, which is what was required, and perfection, which was what was required with lower raids of 20 to 25 people that most people are doing, and it still allows people to be able to kill the fights and get the loot. I can't wait to see a lot of the comments and what people are saying and how their raids went last night, but we got 6 out of 8 last night in 3 hours. It was a bit bumpy. We had a few wipes on a few fights, but that was mainly just we had to be more precise, and we were still sloppy from our 35-man raids that we were doing, so we just have to refine a little bit. And weather took out one of our healers for Lillian, so you can't really do that without your best healer, so that really sucked. But we'll probably go back in on Monday, and we will finish up Lillian and Calderon and see how those fights fare as well. So Calderon will now berserk 6 minutes after phase 2 begins. It was 5 minutes after. So I honestly just thought it was a straight up 10-minute timer for the entire fight. I did not know that he has a phase 1 berserk and a phase 2 berserk timer. So once again, more time to kill that. Always good. The Calderon fight is really, really enjoyable. Phase 1 is crazy, but if you can get through phase 1, phase 2 is so much better and a lot more enjoyable in my opinion. So we literally, the very first time we got to phase 2, we killed the boss. Like, it was that easy. Then the aggro radius of the Reborn Council has been lowered to allow for easier pre-positioning before pulling the boss. This is huge. Before, you had to beat the candlestick boss is what my guild was calling it, and when we were bringing 35 people, someone always pulled. We got to the point where if people pulled, they just stayed in the hallway and we would summon them up top. So you'll love to see this. We had a few trolls test it, and you can get really close to the boss without pulling. But all in all of these changes I think are absolutely phenomenal, and I think a lot more people will enjoy the Enclave. They will be able to clear it, and like I said, it is the only solution that benefits both player groups. The casuals can now take that longer time, and it maintains still a hard fight that you can learn, you can progress through, and you can get better with, which I think is an all-around win for the community and being the in-game final rate. Now, let's see what people have to say. Since I've been listening to Eben, Kaghoe, and Telepodcast, I take it. I mean, I have been advocating for this for 2 weeks. Yeah, we did talk about it on Eben's podcast over the weekend, but I have literally said this since my Is Scarlet Enclave a Massive Failure video, which was 3 or 4 days after it released. It's pretty much what I would want to see, and I have advocated for that since the beginning. So, I mean, good. I'm glad the devs are listening to us, because I think it'll be better for the game, and we will certainly see that in these coming weeks. Low-key, it's kind of depressing to see Blizzard just completely gut the DPS role. If you had a soft enrage on bosses, it would be one thing, but if you don't, hardened rages are lazy, but they get the job done. I worry that you just encourage guilds to stack 7 or 8 healers fights because 0 DPS pressure on anyone other than only the final boss. I mean, that is just... That, like... If you've been in the raid and you are clearing it and you are progressing through it, you know that just doesn't work. Like, it's not a you mess up a mechanic, you can heal through it. It's a you mess up a mechanic, you're dead. Like, there isn't a in between. Most mechanics kill you. Most things are catastrophic failures. You can't heal through people messing up. You can't heal through people doing things wrong in the Scarlet Enclave. So this is a terrible take by Sensei. I usually agree with a lot of that he says on the forums, but I just think this is so wrong, and we'll definitely see. Obviously, there's not enough data yet because these are just fresh off the press. I guess I was lucky that my raid literally starts in the afternoon after they get those done. So not enough to get people to stick to SOD. I definitely think it is enough for people to get to stick to SOD because they will be able to keep going. Do you want them to mail you a bib and diaper too? Cry about it. If Blizzard are not willing to remove enraged timers altogether, this was the second best solution. We'll see how far we can get tonight. Hopefully far. Good change in IMO. I'm not a fan of flat enraged timers. If your team has master mechanics, good stay alive. No need to artily fish and pick a number to pull the rug out. Absolutely well said, Saltheart. This is pretty much my opinion 100% as well. I think the issue that SOD is there's no real catch-up except spending weeks farming the same rotation of dungeons, have someone telling you gear, spending a week playing the auction house. There's extremely little going on in the end-game for this version. I can see why people left and haven't returned. I mean, people left in Phase 3, and we have held the same, like, 70 to 80k rating population for all of in-game, so, like, people are just using using the Phase 1 incredible numbers as a scapegoat, honestly, but it is what it is. Those numbers are inflated because people play multiples, but please stop dev on this game mode. No one plays it. Devote more time to retail. This is one, a completely irrelevant to SOD opinion, and two, please stop. Like the classic team and the retail team are two completely separate teams. We've had a lot of takes and opinions this past weeks with all these changes, and it's been a battle in the comment section, but this one definitely, I think, takes the cake as my favorite comment on a SOD forum. Like, this is like, they're completely different teams. Does this guy realize that? Nothing the classic team does involves retail at all in any way. That's just crazy. SE progression is just waiting for a nerf C-Tweak. That is not true. I've legitimately progressed. We went from 5 out of 8 to 7 out of 8 to 8 out of 8 in the 3 weeks we've done it, and now we're back to our normal splits and keep doing it. No need for ICC aura when they're just going to make changes to the fights. I don't think the ICC aura is needed right now either. I think we need to see how people progress with the 10-minute rage timers, and if it is still a problem, if people still can't do it, which I think you can. I think people can learn the fights and get good enough to do these now. The 10-minute timer is very, very generous. You just have to execute properly. I don't think the aura or buff is needed at this time, but time will certainly tell. If people still aren't clearing it, if it's still too hard for them, then yeah, that is time for the aura. Then let them quit. We're stronger without their weakness. I said the same thing on Era. Now it's very dead. Hey Blizzard, how about removing Warlock summoning from the game and adding summoning stones? That would be a better use of time than nerfing all this raid because some people can't clear the raid. Some of these people, like, I just don't get, like, what does that have to do with the raid or anything, and why do you care if there's summoning, if people, Warlock summoning or summoning stones? Like, why does that affect you so much? Yeah, good job, Blizzard. I think he's replying. Yeah, he's replying to Senza. Era's only dead right now because Fresh Annie came out. Once Fresh Annie servers for actually TBC and Mount Lucky, the classic Annies can't clear Odar, and then Odar's Era servers will begin to populate. That is exactly what happened with Classic 2019. Then we have our Ashbringer people who want it converted to a two-piece weapon so people can go Exodin build with it. No, horrible idea. I mean, it'd just be weird to have a one-handed Ashbringer or something of that matter. I know it'd be cool for Exodins to get something like that, but it is really weird. I'd rather just have a 2H spell power Ashbringer if that would work. But, you know, it is what it is. The fact of the matter is, regardless of what is done. It stands at this rate was not tuned for 20 people, even if the world first guild used more than 20 people, and their top 1%. Devs really dropped the ball to finish on Sod. I do understand the people saying it wasn't tuned for 20 people, but you can literally just bring more people. Like, it's not hard to do that. You can recruit people. You can put in effort. Like, there are I genuinely, yes, I know I'm biased because I have a massive guild that I've worked my butt off to make and create, and I've poured my heart and soul into it since phase 3, so I have a roster to pick from. I understand that it's easy for me to do that, but at the same time, just sitting there saying, oh, it's not scaled for 20, oh, we have 20 people, we can't clear it, it's mathematically impossible with the people you have. Well, instead of just saying that, do something about it. Recruit more people. Go and finish the raid. Like, I genuinely don't get why you choose to just say it's not tuned for 20 people and then quit. Like, try harder, fix the game, like, play, get people. There are solutions that work. I'm just fed up with that opinion. I get it every single day. Yeah, this guy. They have entirely separate teams for Sod. Classic and retail teams have almost no... What are you even talking about? Absolutely. What happened to progression rating? Classic. This is progression rating. People still progress. Totally fine with progression rating, but raid side should have similar progression curves. Why in the band is they didn't scale the raid equally with the numbers, so the experience was fairly equalized, like retail is bananas? Because that implements flex rating, and I don't think flex rating is coded to work in Classic, to give that guy his answer. The DPS for 20-man was far too tight. You keep bringing 40 and forgetting that Blizzard said this is 20-man raid. That is true, and I do think that that is a solution to make it work 100%. Then 4 weeks, 1 piece of loot total. Well, I mean, that might be fair, but you also could be doing your chalice, so you should have your 2 set, which allows you to clear it. Loot for 5 out of 8 20-mans feels very tight. I'm one of the lucky ones. Could definitely throw a chalice onto a dragon or earlier bosses for morale. Yeah, I would love to see chalices or chalice fragments be out there. It's so weird to have the chalice fragment system, and the only way to get it is your weekly quest. It just seems very, very simple, silly. Then my guild and I beat Calderon last week. It was absolutely the most challenging fight I've had in WoW in a couple of years. We beat our faces into walls for hours and weeks each time. It needs a nerf. The first phase and phase 2 are crazy difficult for most guilds, even when 100% locked in on their game. The later phases are a cakewalk in comparison. All you gotta do is nerf his damage by 5%, his health by 10%, and then nerf the Ashbringer phase by about 5% as well. If you don't plan to nerf that fight so everyone can get to the end of it, then the gear needs to drop a little more often. Add some chalices or put set bonuses on the crafted gear to help folks stand a chance. I do kind of like this a lot. I think this is a good take. We killed Calderon with 35, obviously. That is a lot, and it was our literal best raid team that we could muster to do Calderon, and I'm blessed that I have the roster to do that for sure. But that is what it took for us. I didn't really try it with less than that. We might have been able to do it with 30, but all in all, I think we'll have to see if people can kill Calderon this week or not. I really don't know. My only experience is blasting it, so time will certainly tell on that if it does need more nerfs. I will say, as a tank, he absolutely hits hard. He destroyed me. We figured out the execution, and we would just have one of our tanks taunt off while the execution sentence was popping off instead of trying to pop absolutely everything. It does 91% true damage, so no defensive is going to save you. It just obliterates your health bar. And so, yeah. Anyway, I truly think that this is a step in the right direction and one of the best changes they have done. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about it, because I am sure there'll be a lot of haters for my takes. But once again, all my takes come from playing this game nonstop every single day I'm logged in here. I'm raiding 3 nights a week, and I have done that since Sunken Temple. So it's not just an opinion from reading stuff. I'm actually in there experiencing it. I'm actually doing the raid, and I'm actually grinding through it with you guys. So anyway, I truly hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.